It's 1939 and Germany moved from political to military operations. To reach its goals from 1933 to 1939, Austria, Sudetenland and Mimo were annexed by politics. Now Germany needs to move to military operations. To reach its further goals, it started World War II by the attack on Poland. In a short time, Nazi Germany takes Poland, Denmark, Norway, Netherlands, Belgium and France. Now there's only one opponent left. That's the British Kingdom. And that's the start for Nazi Germany to start thinking how to annex Britain. The Nazis came with Operation SeaLion, a plan on how to annex Britain. Two requirements were naval superiority and air superiority. First, let's take a look at the German Navy. The German Navy has many naval bases that are on strategic places. Thanks to the occupation of France, Belgium, the Netherlands and Norway, the problem is the size of the navy. In World War I, Germany had a fleet that could fight against the British. Now in 1940 Germany had a small fleet. The Fuhrer himself didn't understand a lot about the navy and therefore doesn't invest a lot of materials and manpower on that. Also Hermann Göring rather used steel for warplanes than for the navy to build ships. So the Luftwaffe was importantly needed to make this operation successful with complete air superiority over Britain. The Luftwaffe was modern and strong. The Germans have the Bf-109A. This fighter is faster than an Hurricane and almost as fast as a Spitfire. It got 2 cannons of 20mm and 2 machine guns of 7.92mm. It climbed faster than all the other planes and it had a fuel injection engine, which meant that the measured dose of fuel was injected into each piston. Doing away with the carburetor, this gave the 109 pilots an advantage in combat, in that they could do negative G maneuvers without the engine failing. A Messerschmitt pilot could push over into a dive that a Spitfire or Hurricane pilot could not follow without losing vital moments of engine power. The English have a problem that not all their planes are the newest type of planes which are needed so hard to fight against the Bf-109 German fighters, but they are producing 400 to 500 planes in a month to catch this up. The biggest problem for the English is that they need to train more pilots. When the battle started, it's 1,137 German fighter planes against 620 Hurricanes and Spitfires. This comparison is not so simple to make, because 248 German fighters are Bf-110. These are too slow and not agile enough to take the fight against the British Hurricanes and Spitfires. The Spitfire was a great plane with its elliptical wings. It was more agile and a little bit faster than the Bf-109A planes. There was a difference in the armament. The Spitfire got 8 machine guns of 7.7mm. The Bf-109A got 2 machine guns of 7.9mm and 2 20mm cannons. The Spitfire got a wider range of machine guns, so you didn't need to aim so precisely. With 8 machine guns on the other hand, the Germans have cannons. They shot slower and you needed to aim much more precisely to hit. But when you hit the opponent with a cannon, it deeply penetrates through the steel of your opponent's plane. In 1941, the armament of the Spitfire changed to 2 20mm cannons and 4 machine guns of 7mm. Here you can see the importance of cannons. Most experts are of the opinion that the flight characteristics of the Spitfire and its German opponent, the Messerschmitt Bf 109, differed only slightly. Germans Luftwaffe gets command to bomb on strategic places like fabrics, airports and radar stations. This worked well. The Bf 109 fighters get the command to guide the slower bombers. This makes the Bf 109s in a big disadvantage because at lower speeds the Spitfires were more agile and could outturn them and destroy them. Fighter pilot Ace Adolf Galland asked to Hermann Göring to make the Bf 109 go on separate missions for intercepting, to fight and hunt on British planes. Hermann Göring refuses his advice. The British radar stations were crucial. They saw the opponents coming, so the pilots got enough time to get in the air and start fighting. Thanks to the radar, the planes didn't get by surprise destroyed on their airbase. The British have also the advantage that when a plane was shot down, the pilot, when parachuted out of his plane, could fight later again. When this happens to a German plane, they lose a plane and a pilot. When fighting over Britain, the turning point was when, on the night of 24 and 25 August, German bombers mistakenly bombed not military targets. On London, Churchill gave it a mission to start an attack with 81 bombers on Berlin, but only 29 bombers reached Berlin. This small attack on the capital of Germany made the Fuhrer angry. He lost his temper and gave his generals command to give London the same treatment as Rotterdam and Warsaw. Fuhrer forgot that the bombing of not military targets will be a big distraction that he even earlier said in the beginning of the Battle of Britain. Britain quickly used his time to repair their airports and fabrics and start to quickly train more pilots. Bombing on London went for 57 days in a row. Between 1 September and 30 September 1940, the British fight back and get air superiority. The Germans are collecting ships to potentially make an invasion on Britain. The Germans have collected 2,500 transport ships. The British even bombed the fleet and destroyed 250 ships. On 11 September, the Fuhrer announced that it's time to count down for the invasion of Britain, but it got delayed and then another time delayed. On 12 October 1940, the Fuhrer has decided that Operation SeaLion is going to move to next year by that. The operation never happened. The Germans had hoped by bombing London and fighting in the air that England would have wanted to make peace with Germany to stop the air attacks, but they absolutely didn't, and fight with everything that they have back. The Fuhrer and his generals absolutely didn't see a chance of the Operation SeaLion to be successful, especially from the Marine. In the beginning of the war, Karl Donitz said that he needed 300 U-boats to blockade Britain effectively, but he got 56 U-boats. Let's dive deeper into the plan of Operation SeaLion. Operation SeaLion was to be a massive, ambitious assault aiming to land German forces along the southern coast of England, between Dover and Portsmouth. The goal was to seize key ports and advance inland to capture London. The plan called for a total of 9 infantry divisions and 1 airborne division. To spearhead the invasion, supported by additional reserve forces, to transport their forces, the Germans planned to use an assortment of converted river barges, which were slow unarmed and not designed for open sea conditions. These barges would need to cross the 20-30 mile stretch of the channel, facing not only natural obstacles, but also intense resistance from British forces. Even if the Germans were successful with landing, the first wave Britain would quickly cut their supply lines and they would be stuck on the island of Britain. The Fuhrer gave command for Operation Barbarossa to attack the Soviet Union, and by that Germany split Luftwaffe to also fight in Russia, which is beneficial for the British Kingdom. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more videos.